Hi, my name is George Clouston. I'm Head of Scientific Research at BeeHero, and this is Just Ask George.
Hey George, can you explain how BeeHero monitors for queen status and how that helps beekeepers?
Monitoring for queen status is during the season is a critical thing for beekeepers. Obviously, a healthy laying queen is of vital importance to the health of the colony and the survival of the colony. And we can use one of the most amazing behavioural traits of honeybees to track queen status. When there's an active laying queen and brood in the hive, the bees will thermoregulate that brood incredibly precisely. Typically the temperatures they maintain are between sort of 94 and 97 degrees Fahrenheit, about 34 to 35 degrees Celsius. And they do this by a combination of heating and cooling. So the bees will do this by vibrating their thoracic flight muscles if they need to warm things up, if the temperature's dropped a little bit. If they need to cool it down a little bit, they use various different techniques. Sometimes bees will just leave the brood area to create a bit more space and ventilation. They will adopt fanning, so they will fan just to ventilate and get airflow moving, and even drop droplets of water around the brood nest again to help cool it and do some fanning. And they can maintain those temperatures to within, in Celsius, sort of half a degree a day. I mean, it's remarkable, way more accurate than, say, even a sophisticated building management heating system, for instance, or cooling system. It's just incredible. And knowing that means that we can monitor for that. And if there's a queen problem, or the queen stops laying, for instance, the brood area will start to shrink. So the area of inside the hive that is being thermoregulated actually decreases. And so gradually you will see that if you like, degree of thermoregulation will start to drop. So the daily variation will start to get a little bit bigger. So the day-night variation starts to get a little bigger. And then also over time, depending on the time of year, you may also see it gradually start to fall away. So it's by tracking that very closely, we can start to see if something's going wrong. So is the temperature, is it starting to fall away? Is the control actually decreasing? Because that control, that thermoregulation control, is a result of coordinated behaviour of a superorganism of the bees. So if it starts to go wrong, it's an indication that there's something wrong with the colony. So what complicates that factor is that other things can cause a loss of thermoregulation, for instance, a hive inspection or a treatment, a hive gets opened, heat comes out and so on. So we've had to learn, what does an inspection look like, or when a hive's opened, how does that look like compared to, say, a steady fall away. You can also get situations with a complete collapse, so the temperature can drop very quickly versus gradually falling away. But it's by monitoring, hundreds of thousands of hives over a long period of time, we get to recognise those patterns and can understand what's going on, and then send alerts, or even if it's sort of a highlight to the beekeeper, there could be a problem here. So it's an extremely reliable way of assessing queen status and overall status of the colony.
If you have a question for George, feel free to email him at george@beehero.io. That's George at beehero.io, and we'll have him answer your question.